Hey there everyone, it's Michael, and during this video I'll share with you my thoughts on the upcoming release of Oura Ring 3. And I'm really upset because I just bought Oura Ring 2 about a month ago and Oura Ring doesn't seem to be honoring that, but that's okay. In this video we're going to talk about some of the major differences between the Generation 3 and the Generation 2 and whether or not I am going to go ahead and make that purchase with the Oura Ring 3. So what you probably know about Oura Ring is that it is one of the best sleep trackers out there. It also does a really good job at reading your activity levels and how you are recovering. So you can check up on your Oura Ring daily and it will tell you basically how resilient you are to stress, and it will tell you how kind of like in state you are to go ahead and execute at work. So this readiness score that they have is really interesting, and I'm thinking to myself, like, how could they further improve that? Oura Ring Generation 2, great product. I'm wearing it right here. Somewhat satisfied with it, although horrible customer service. And what my expectations were from the Oura Ring 3 is that it would have a little bit more accuracy, perhaps better battery life. But let's go over some of the differences right here on their website as they publish. And here's the 4 things they claim. Same look, upgraded interior. That's no problem with me. I think it has a decent look, although it's not that comfortable for those of you who may not used to be wearing rings. New interior, new features, everything you love still at your fingertips, and the feature benefits in the Generation 3. So one of the biggest problems that people are having with the Generation 3 is that there is a monthly subscription you have to pay, whereas Oura Ring Generation 2 and prior, there was no monthly fee. It was just expensive ring up front, but you were understanding that because you've done the due diligence and realized that this is the best product or one of the best products on the market, specifically at looking at sleep measures and measures of recovery and how your overall stress resilience is. So the ring is being sold for $299 US, and the subscription is $699 per month. Although what's so is there is a 6 months free once you start off with the application, but something which is just really confusing is it looks like the application is not even going to be ready until early 2022. So I don't know why they're releasing this early and having us pretty much on standby. As you can imagine, people are going to want to purchase the product and really want to know that everything that's included with their new and upgraded membership. So really strange. It's sad to think that like a lot of the newer customers are going to be pretty much experiments while Oura is still optimizing the app, but that's what's so. Unless you think like stealth or the color gold is good luck to you, I would really recommend you stay away from them. No point paying that extra $100 USD because the silver looks really good. I have tried on the gold, and in my opinion it looks kind of cheap versus the silver. So silver is my favorite personally. And though, just to take a step back, the way that this product was released, the Oura Ring 3, was absolutely horrible. Oura Ring is already known for having really bad customer service, and now this has just been reinforced. So my hope was with the Oura Ring Generation 3, maybe their customer service is a little bit better and they will treat their customers and their prospective customers with a level of respect. But here's what happened. All the members of Oura Ring who had the application got an email a few days before the release of the Oura Ring Generation 3 with a countdown there saying that the product is going to be released on such and such date, so be sure to tune in. And then when the product was actually launched, what happened was, you can say that the post and the announcement created more questions than it did answer. They did not do a very good job of being clear of the benefits, of the payments, of the membership. Like some of the common questions that people wondered was, for the Oura Ring Generation 2 users, do we need to pay for this membership as well? Do we have to pay the $699, or can we continue using the free application? And the answer to that is you can still continue to use the free application for all of you users that want to stick to the Generation 2. But if you do want to get some of the newer data, then of course you would have to have that membership. And one of the most frustrating things is that if you had recently purchased an Oura Ring, they were not clear whatsoever about whatever refunds or exchange policies they have if you are to upgrade your Generation 2 to a Generation 3. For instance, I just bought my Generation 2 about 5 weeks ago. So I was hoping that I could go ahead and exchange my ring. Doesn't look like I can do that. There have been some messages where people are saying Oura Ring has agreed that if you have bought the ring within 60 days, then you can exchange it for a Generation 2. But I've contacted Oura, no response whatsoever, no response on their Instagram direct messages. So I'm really astounded about how unprofessional the company is. Look at this comment here. Somebody says, I haven't received an email regarding an upgrade. I've only had mine for a little over a month. Oura Ring responds, you can find upgraded offer by clicking into My Oura on the ring. I have checked the whole application and all of the settings, and there is nowhere it says My Oura whatsoever. Furthermore, they actually sent out an email saying that within 48 hours, the current Oura users would get a personalized link with their own deal or discount depending on, I think, how long they've had the ring. It's been 48 hours. I've not gotten that email. And then it seems like they're hand selecting which people they want to help on Instagram, because people are asking the same questions. Somebody asked here, how can I trade in my old ring? And Oura Ring responded, we will message you with more information. The rest of the people who asked that question are not getting a reply. Some people are lucky. It's like a lottery. So you can buy the ring, just assume that you will not hear back from Oura Ring, or that's something you have to accept when you go ahead and you get this ring, because despite the bad customer service, you have to admit it's a very solid product, which is the reason why it's had all this attention in the first place. Let's take a look at some of the major differences between Oura Ring 2 and Oura Ring 3 based on their website article. Generation 2 has the infrared LEDs. The Generation 3 has the green, red, and infrared LEDs, which make it such that you have better ability to see your workout heart rate. With respect to the temperature sensors, this is where Generation 3 is supposed to be a lot better, because as a result of them having a new temperature system that's built with the right sensors and an advanced system, they're able to actually have period prediction, which makes this obviously more appealing to the female market versus the male market. And I really did like this feature of the temperature scores. I feel like it's very accurate. On night specifically when I was going to bed and I felt a little bit warm, it was reflected very accurately in the applications. Maybe they've built this ring to be a lot more durable than the Generation 2, as the Generation 2 is commonly going to have wear and tear, and after about a couple years time, either the battery will stop working as well till the point where you're only getting like a day's charge during one charging session, or it's such that maybe the readings on it aren't as accurate after a couple of years time. And here what its claims with batteries are that both of them are pretty similar. Generation 2 and Generation 3, 20 to 80 minutes will allow you to get a full charge and maintain an average battery life of 4 to 7 days. And of course, the Generation 3 is going to come with a charger, just so you know. So what they've done with the Generation 3 is they have the daytime heart rate, including live and restorative time. So this is something neat now, because one thing I liked about the Fitbit, for example, is the Fitbit would always tell you your current heart rate, and you just needed to simply look at your Fitbit watch. Whereas with the Oura Ring 3, is they're able to do just that, and hopefully it is accurate, considering that this is a very expensive product compared to the Fitbit. So it can be such that you're exercising, you take a look at it, you can see your heart rate. Because before, the only time you can look at your heart rate was specifically when you were sleeping, as what happened was, after you slept, you can look and see where your heart rate was during the time that you slept, as that would give you an idea of your recovery. Because what they know is that in order for you to have a good, restful, and restorative sleep, is that you should have a dipping heart rate in the first 6 hours that you get to bed. And they claim it's the best in consumer class and advanced sleep staging algorithm. I actually do believe this is the best product specifically for tracking your sleep and improving your sleep, but it's going to depend on you. If you're not comfortable wearing rings, then I would recommend you look into getting something else. I'm somebody that enjoys wearing rings, so sleeping with this thing on is no problem for me. One of the biggest problems that I have when it comes to sleep on the Generation 2 is that if you were to, example, have your ring sitting on the desk and then you grab it from the desk and you go to sleep, it would actually track that time on the desk as part of your sleep. It would not actually look at the temperature of your body. It would take the fact that the ring was on the desk and perhaps it was idle at that time and assume you were sleeping as well. And then that's, of course, a pain in the butt, because you have to go ahead on the application and change the interval in which you were sleeping. But you would think that because it can sense your temperature that it would just be able to tell. So hopefully it is more accurate this way. I realize most people are not allowing the ring to sit on their desk, but sometimes I play the piano, so I would just take it off and leave it on my piano, and then afterwards I would go to sleep. So my expectation is that this scenario is unlikely to occur with the Generation 3. And the next major benefit with the Generation 3 is the blood oxygen measurement. However, it says coming in 2022, so we're paying for it, not knowing really what that has to offer. And the guided audio sessions and educational videos and slideshows. I haven't done a good job exploring all the meditations and all the guided sessions for the Generation 2, but I've listened to a couple of them. They're pretty neat. Again, I don't really think that's why most of the consumers are purchasing an Oura Ring to begin with. And they claim that the automatic activity detection will be better, and I really hope so, because if you were to go take a jog with the Generation 2, it's good in that it does measure your calories burned to some extent, but it does it based on the duration of your run. It does not look at, for example, how many calories you burned every minute or every 5 minutes. It simply looks at the start time of your run, the end time of your run, and the average heart rate, which makes it very inaccurate. So hopefully it's a little bit better, and they also claim that they have more activities there. So cycling, hiking, jogging, walking, you can input that, maybe even swimming as well. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Social sharing, so you can share your information with the Oura Ring with other users who have it, like the Fitbit. And then just like the Generation 2, what happens is when you order your Oura Ring 3, you get a sizing kit. Meaning what happens is you make the order, they don't send you the ring, the first thing they send you is the sizing kit, which looks like this. And then there's the different ring sizes. What they recommend is you try a particular size for about a week in order for you to better assess whether that's the right fit for you. And then you go ahead and you tell Oura which size of the ring to be sending you. So even if you have a Generation 2 and you know what size fits you from the Generation 2, they are going to send their own sizing kit with the Generation 3, as they claim that the sizing does differ slightly. Do keep in mind though that with these rings, they are not an identical fit to the actual ring that comes by. So just allow yourself to have a little bit of extra space. Don't go with a ring that is too tight, because I do know people personally that have purchased the ring, it didn't fit them, and then they tried to return it to Oura, but Oura kind of gave them a hard time about it, or the customer had already paid for customs, so it wasn't worth shipping the product back. So be mindful of that. Keep in mind that your right hand is not always going to be the same as your left hand, and you should be good to go. The good news for all of you Generation 2 users is you should, by the time this video comes out, get some sort of customized emails saying that you get $75 off plus a lifetime free membership with the application once it is released. And with the way that works is Oura simply recognizes that you already have the application because it has your email address in their system. So you should have by now gotten an email or some sort of notification, and then when you go on the Oura Ring link from their notification, email, or message, the ring should be showing up as $225 USD for the silver and the black versions. And don't worry, they will recognize that you have purchased the ring and that you already are an Oura user, therefore they will not charge you per month. That's what they say. Hopefully that's true, and I hope you found this information helpful. If you do want to continue to learn more about biohacking, nootropics, becoming a better version of yourself, then do consider subscribing. And thank you again for your interest in biohacking and nootropics. It's Michael Dougal, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time.